ever felt like your life has gone completely off track? Like you had everything mapped out perfectly and now you're scrambling to figure out what's next? You may have had a plan A, a plan B, or even a plan Z. But let me tell you something. When you're walking with God, He is the plan, not a safety net, not a backup, but the main event. Today, we're going to dig into what it truly means to trust that God is in control. He's never caught off guard, and His plans for you are solid, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. Let's dig into this word and see how leaning into God will bring you peace, purpose, and direction. Listen, God is never out here scrambling trying to figure out what to do next. He knows the beginning to the end. So even when your plan A fails, don't think for a second that He's out here panicking. He's still in control. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Let's take Joseph for example. God gave Joseph a dream, but before that dream came to life, he went through slavery, betrayal, false accusations, and even prison. If you would have looked at Joseph's life halfway through, you would have thought, ain't no way this was in God's plan. But Joseph stood in victory and said in Genesis chapter 50, verse 20, "What y'all meant for evil, God turned it around for good." I know that's right. Amen to that. So here's my question to you. Do you trust that God is working even when it looks like everything is falling apart? Let's be real. We all have plans. We have goals, dreams, and timelines that we desire to meet. And sometimes when things don't go as we thought they should, we get frustrated. But sometimes our plan is not God's plan. Proverbs 16:9 reads, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but it is the Lord that establishes their steps." Jonah tried to run from God's plan. He had his own idea of where he wanted to go, but God said, "Nah, I need you over here." And you know what happened? He ended up in the belly of a fish, y'all. That's what happens when we try to do our own thing instead of following God's lead. But when Jonah finally surrendered, a whole city was saved. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to end up in the belly of a fish. Okay? So I'm gonna talk to good God all day, every day, and allow him to order my steps. He leads and I follow. When things don't go the way we expected or our plans completely fall apart, we need to pause and pray. Pause and pray. Ask God, "Lord, what is it that you are trying to do here?" Ask and allow God to order your next steps instead of rushing and trying to fix it yourself. This is something I struggle with too. Oh my gosh. I have the desire to just want to fix things. In my mind, sometimes, y'all, I'm going to just be completely transparent. I feel like I'm bothering God. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like I'm bothering him. I don't know. It's a me thing for sure. I do not like to feel like I'm bothering people, like I'm asking for too much. So that's something that I'm definitely working on. Pausing and praying, asking and allowing God to order my next steps. Nobody likes delays. Nobody likes detours. We want things to happen now. Right now. It's my money and I want it now. y'all to know that sometimes what might look like a delay is actually God preparing you. I just want to remind y'all of a verse that I quote all too often, which is Romans 8:28, you guys. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. The delay you're experiencing is not punishment, it's preparation. Think about the Israelites. Their trip to the promised land was supposed to take 11 days, but it took 40 years. Why? Because God was doing something in them before he could take them to the promise. So, guys, three things. Pray for perspective. Instead of complaining, ask God, what is it that you want me to learn in this moment? Also, be patient, okay? God's timing is better than yours. And number three, stay faithful. Keep doing what you know to do while trusting him with what you don't know. God has a plan even in the midst of your pain. Psalm 34:18 reminds us that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and he saves those who are crushed in spirit. I know that some of us are in a season of pain. Maybe you've lost someone, maybe you're dealing with heartbreak, disappointment, or even just feeling stuck. And you're wondering, God, where are you in this? But hear me, God never wastes your pain. Job lost everything, and even in his grief, he still said, the Lord gave, and the Lord taketh away. But blessed be the name of the Lord. Job didn't know when restoration was going to happen, but he trusted God anyway. I told the storm to pass. Storm, you can last. Go away. I command you to move today. Storm, when God speaks, storm, you have to cease. Yes, that's what I told the storm. I can't sing, okay? And I don't know what you're going through, but I know this: God is with you in it, and he's using it for your story, for your testimony, for your growth, and for his glory. So, friends, how can you trust God in the middle of your pain? What is something that he might be teaching you right now? Matthew 6:10. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Surrendering is not easy, you guys. We want control. We want to know every step ahead. But trusting God is saying, Lord, I don't understand, but I trust you. Even Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane prayed, Father, if there is another way, let's do that. But if not, your will, not mine. And because of his surrender, we have salvation. What if the breakthrough that you've been waiting for is on the other side of your surrender? Family, God is your plan A, B, and C. He's not out here just making things up as he goes. He already knows the best path for you. So when life feels confusing, trust that he's got you. Whether you're going through disappointments, delays, or detours, know that God is working all things together for your good. So, family, what's one area of your life that you need to surrender to God? Drop it in the comments so we can all pray together. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Y'all, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I pray this message encouraged you. Whatever you're facing right now, just remember that God's plan is greater than you could ever imagine. Trust Him, follow Him, and know that He's got you. I love y'all. So until next time, peace.